Yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmakers. Y'all already know what we asking, man. Just for y'all to hit the like button, subscribe if you new, if you like the content. As y'all can see, man, it's spooky hour. It's spooky hour. It's time, man. It's time for y'all who seen, my show from earlier. A lot of people wasn't satisfied. I got some people that even left, some messages saying that I got it all wrong. Saying everything that I said about what's going on, I got it all wrong. But one thing that I realized and that I found out that the Brick City is a 11U team. So I couldn't wait to ask you this question, Fanatic. So I say, okay, so since Brick City is considered a 11U team, right? That will make them the youngest team, literally the youngest team, in the 11U, right? Not by a few months, like they have over certain people in 10U, but by 8 months, almost 8, 9 months, which is a big difference. You feel what I'm saying? But I wanted to know, was people gonna be tripping then the way that they tripping now? And do that sound fair to you?
Nah, man. Like that's not fair, dog. And what's crazy is we comfortable with that. Like we think it's cool that we considering them an 11U because of 4, 5 kids. Then my thing is not just that. What is the 11U's gonna do about this? Are y'all
Mm,
gonna stand for this? Like, dog.
man,
And then my thing is also they ain't played no 11U's.
bro, I'm saying, man, the when you flip the coin, it's much worse. And that's the only thing, because when I look at it, man, like I was saying, just be fair about it, right? Just be fair about it. Just be fair. You know what I'm saying? But I can assure you, if they wasn't as good as they are, I don't think it'd be a problem
It wouldn't
at
be a
all.
problem at all,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? But now, yeah, so they consider them 11U. Some people call me, send me a text saying, "Hey, man," he said, "First question, is Brick City allowed to use their 11U players?" Yeah, nah. I mean,
If
well,
they 11U, they can use whoever.
yeah, I mean, if they 11U, obviously they can use the 11U players. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that they'll be the youngest team, and the age gap would be much bigger if Brick City plays in 11U Vision as opposed to being only 3 months older, coming in
Come on.
in a 10U bracket. So you talk about 8 or 9 months in 11U, and them being 3 months older in the 10U. So like that's what it is, man.
They ain't played no 11U's.
Mm-mm.
We're
But
just throwing kids in the
it was
we just
suggested though. Hey, T Street was good. It was
we
suggested though. That's what I'm saying. It
I
was
feel you.
suggested that they play Gainesville. And I personally don't think that they're beating any of them 11U teams. And that's just me, bro. Like they are a young team. They're good for the 10U, but I don't think that they're 11U good. You know what I'm saying? So like you gonna see a difference. Now it's a possibility that they may be able to compete with Gainesville, but far as seeing them, beat them, I just don't see that, man. That's just me. What it do? Hey, what's up, Pops? Pops Brown in the building. That's what's up, man. Go Supreme. So hey, we got we as y'all, we was telling y'all we was gonna do a bracket, right? The bracket is a little big, so I can't show y'all the way that it's set up. But if you look at the thumbnail, you will be able to see how the bracket looks, right? And so the way that we would be doing it is we'll be looking at it in this regard right here. So if y'all ain't see it, as you can see, this is Fanatics ranking. as a you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like this is what he already had written down as opposed to, you know, what they already have out there. So basically, this is not the one that they're going with at
This
the
the real
YMC.
rankings.
This is the one that he had, which I disagree with certain things, you know, that
What?
he had. Yes, sir. It's some things that I don't agree with, you know. And not only that, I don't respect that you had North Henry in the rankings after giving me hell about it, about
I didn't
telling
even
me,
want to do it, man.
man, I'm
But I
saying,
will
bro.
go through each person I have and each team I have on them rankings, and I will tell y'all why. Because there's teams in my rankings that didn't even that's in YNC rankings that didn't even make the cut in mine.
Mm, 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 mm.
Where there's teams in my ranking, YNC might got you ranked 3, I got you ranked 7. This the real rankings.
I think they actually number 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Who, North Henry?
North Henry number 4. And oh, hey, bro, if you could see how many people contacted me, bro, as if I can do something about it, it's crazy. The only thing
In my
I
7, you North Henry's number 8. North Henry number 8.
yeah, they definitely around that, bro. But I'm not giving them no number 4, bro. I can't do it. I
What?
can't put them over Latonia. I can't put them over man, bro.
They have one national win. North Henry has one national win. Like, bro, this is bogus, bro. At this point, teams might as well play one game, win, and never play again.
That's what it is. And then
That's why it's acceptable because
hey,
that's
Pierce
what
County football
they're
for sure.
accepting over there. But we gonna change the standard. Yes, sir. This is mine. This Showtime United. Showtime United tryouts, man. 10U, 14U, 15U, 18U, come to Independence Park, November 30th and December 1st. $10 tryouts for all the kids.
Yes, sir. So yeah, bro, go ahead. Whatever on your mind, man. Go ahead
The
and
first thing on my mind, 9U.
hold
You
on,
gotta
man.
come to the table. 9U, you gotta come to the table. 9U, you got to come to the table. I ain't do a ranking because I don't necessarily disagree too much with Generation Next rankings, except one thing. The So Icy Boys is the number 1 team in the country. Then everything else can stay the same for there. Bessemer can be 2, RDE can be 3. I don't give a dang. But the So Icy Boys is the number 1 team in the country. Why? Because they have the best they have the best record. They have the best games. What are we talking about? They just knocked off 2 national ranked teams. I don't care if they ain't knock off the number 1 team. They just knocked off more national teams than anybody else. What the hell else they got to do? They can't force anybody to play football games. They can't. And I ain't mad if Bessemer don't want to play. That's their prerogative. In my Bobby Brown voice, it's their prerogative. But the So Icy Boys is the number 1 team in the country. They don't have to play anybody to get it. They've already did it. They knocked off 2 national teams in 1 weekend. What else? Without their quarterback. What else they need to do? What else they need to do? Again, the So Icy Boys. I don't care about the rest of 9U right now. Though I still think Bessemer is going to win it all. Let's get that clear. I'm still team Big Bessemer. I'm still team Big Bessemer. But I got to call a spade a spade. I got to, y'all. What else do y'all want from the So Icy Boys, bro? What else do y'all want from the So Icy Boys? They, it's like at this point, dog. I love what Generation Next does. I love what YNC do. I'm starting to feel like y'all ain't tapping into the people. Bessemer, I'm still a fan. I still think they're gonna win it all, but they just don't have the resume to be number one.
at all.
They don't have the resume to be number one.
And what I was saying earlier, Fanatic, was this, bro. Like the part where it was like, okay, they put the Oakland Dynamites up in number 14. All right, cool.
Mhm.
But then Dog Pound moves up. They're not playing nobody. All right. Duval moves up. They're not playing nobody. Cool. You put the OG Ducks in front of the Oakland Dynamites because they lost and they played versus the DEA and they played versus Havoc, right? So now when we look at it, right, we can't say that we going off best record no more because Oakland Dynamites beat OG Ducks, and then you know what I'm saying? They end up they beat Hare and they beat a couple other teams, right? But they beat them. So if we're going off the logic that they use to keep Bessemer at number one, then you know what I'm saying? Then
We
if
ain't
we got
tapped
to use
in
that
either.
same logic, then that means by default, since So Icy came outside and has a better resume, we have to put them at the number one spot because their resume is better than RDE's and their resume is better than better than Bessemer. So for them to come in at number one and for them to have to be in a position to possibly play the RDE and Bessemer, it's not adding up to me.
It's not adding up to me either, man. It just
They
sounds
should
like
have
we ain't
they
tapped in.
yeah, they should have the easy route.
They should have the they've that's that's the purpose of playing high quality, high level football games. Why am I taking all these risks without no reward? Why? They got the best, they got the best resume, man. It's about resume. About resume. If I'm telling you, it's starting to feel like we're just going to go off what teams have done in the past. I'm telling y'all, man, it's starting to feel like, man, they like a girlfriend that just can't move on. You're holding on to what I did in the past. Move on. Move on, man.
Mm.
Move on. So that's my first step right there, man. The So Icy Boys is the number one 9U in the country. I don't care about the rest of the bracket right now. I had to get that clear. The rest of the bracket will be covered next week. Moving on, man. Moving on. 7U. Come to the front of the congregation. 7U. Now, y'all in the back. I need y'all in the front of the congregation. I have a word from the Lord. 7U, I have a word from the Lord. Y'all rankings is almost all wrong. God Himself sent the angel Gabriel. He sent the same angel that talked to the Virgin Mary. And he told me that I would conceive the rankings. And this rankings is from God because I don't know what the hell they were doing over there. Again, I like Jonah. I like Clayton. I love what Generation Next does. But the rankings is wrong. Y'all got the Lithonia Lions at the bottom. I'm confused at who's damn near played more national games outside of the Lithonia Lions 7. I'm confused. Outside of Supreme and you could say the Bessemers and all that. I mean the Wojers, the Bessemers, who has played more national games outside of Lithonia Lions? Yeah.
Man, I don't know, bro. Only like the whole thing is this, man. The whole thing is this.
You know
It's
what?
just
And I think I made one error. I left off Bessemer on my list.
on what
On my 7U list.
you left off Bessemer.
I see. Yep. I left Bessemer off. It was an accident, y'all.
Hold
But
on.
Yeah, I think I left off Bessemer on my. Oh, no, 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 no. You got it for me. You got it.
I got Bessemer. Oh yeah, I
Hold
got
on.
Bessemer on there.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. I made a mistake.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm
hold
about
on.
to print it out.
It's my fault because I left off Bessemer. I apologize, Bessemer. I left y'all off my 7U list by mistake. It was an error on my part. It was an error on my part.
Yeah, I'm doing it so I can bring it up. You know what I'm saying?
But the number one team in the country for 7U is Supreme. The number two team is SED. The number three team, we can go Bessemer. Number four, we can go True Motion. Number five, we can go Lithonia. Number six, we can go RDU. Number seven, we go Hemi Boys. Number eight, we can go Woj or North Henry. Hell, I don't care. We can flip a coin. We can flip a coin. If I gotta count their losses, cool. I'll count their losses. But it looks like we're going on. Okay, if you win one national game, you get into the rankings. Okay, so what happens if I win four national games? Right. What I don't understand is why does one national win put me in the rankings, but four national wins and two national losses don't keep me in the rankings?
So
Like,
does
I don't get it, man.
so
We
does
want to bump Lithonia down to 7 and 8 because they have losses. But we want to forget that they got like four national wins.
and the thing is too, like how do like with AME, they lost like 3 in a row. They literally lost like probably like 3 games in a row, bro. And they number 10. Like them at you put the Oakland Dynamites at 14, but then
We ain't worried about no
you know,
damn Oakland Dynamite.
then AME is number 10. Like I know Oakland right now, you know what I'm saying, the Dynamites ain't the household name that people expect, but at the same time, bro, what is the criteria so people can know, bro? Cuz when people is coming up to me and acting like, "Oh man, bro, like they X Y and Z or they cheating us and they not really, respecting the rankings and they got teams that I said, "Man, look, bro. I'm gonna just say this. Those are my guys, man. I rock with both of them. Now I said it, and the offer is still on the table. You know, all you had to do was call us, cause I'm paying attention. I'm sending Fanatic, and Fanatic is tagging me on certain videos that we may have or may not have seen, and we're watching those videos. This is how I'm able to make the accurate assessment because I'm doing my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? When they having a conversation, all people keep coming to me is saying, "Hey man, I don't know what they watching. This didn't happen. That did not happen. You know, and I don't appreciate this and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Look, man, it's not my rankings. I can't say what's what. That's the only thing."
Hell, I can. Rankings ain't hitting. So, but you want to know why I'm talking about Woj? The same damn reason everybody talking about North Henry. They both got one national win. I don't care who gets the last spot out of them two. But to have any of those teams above Lithonia Lions is a travesty. It's a travesty. To not have the Hemi boys on there is a travesty. How can you not have a team that's been outside all year, but you'll let two teams that's got one national win jump in the rankings? There's no point in playing games, bro. And again, y'all, this list left off Bessemer. That was my mistake. It was my mistake.
That's Bessemer right there.
No, Bessemer ain't on
Oh,
there.
that's North Henry.
That's North Henry. That's why I said I made a mistake. That
So
was
who would
my
you take
bad.
off and who would you put on?
I would bump down Woj or North Henry, and then that would allow them. So North Henry wouldn't make it. Woj would.
Oh, so North Henry be out of it.
North Henry would be
So
out of
you'll
it.
bump everybody else down.
Everybody would go down, and then what would happen is I would put Bessemer right below True Motion. They my fourth best team.
Oh, so you got them number 4.
Yes,
Mm. Okay. All right. So yeah, man, this is what it is. Hey, we can't hear you.
they would go with Lithonia at. Then Lithonia would go to 5. RDU would go to 6. Hemi Boys would go to 7. Then I'm going to put hell. I don't. That's fine. Woj can go to 30th for all I care, and North Henry could go to 8 just for Butch. Just for Butch, but y'all both got one national win, so it don't make me a difference. So, but I'll put you there because the first game is hell is supreme. So it don't matter who the hell the 8th spot is. But the first game was supreme. But I absolutely, man, it would go Supreme, SED, True Motion, Bessemer, Lithonia, RDU, Hemi Boys, Woj. I just felt the disrespect that RDU has been getting has been disgusting. The disrespect that the Hemi Boys have been getting is disrespecting.
What's up?
It's disrespecting. The disrespect that the Hemi Boys have been getting, that RDU has been getting, that the Lithonia Lions have been getting. Count their losses against them. I agree. But don't ever put a team that has one dang on national win above them. That's disrespectful. And the reason it's disrespectful is because don't tell me at the beginning of the season that we gonna hold not playing games against those individuals, right? But then when I got 6 or 7 national games under my belt and I've won 4 and I've lost 3 or whatever, oh, now you're gonna bump me down for a team that's got 1 of something when I've played 7 of something.
Mm.
If you play 7 national games, hell,
You're
you're
bound to lose
bound
2 or
to
3.
lose. That's how it works. You're bound to lose when you're playing high level football consistently. But then we want to get mad. And what's crazy is Woj's program is all throughout the dang on rankings. They don't play nobody. Woj's program is all throughout the rankings, and they don't play nobody. And I like what Woj is doing. I've said it 1,000 times. I remember when Woj was created. But to put them in something and they ain't played nobody is disrespectful. To leave the Hemi Boys off is disrespectful. Because you got a team that's been playing high caliber football all year, y'all. What we doing? Why are we playing the game? Why are we playing the game? At this point, let's just all sit at home and do nothing.
You gotta be a household name and feel like.
Hell, Butch, I agree with you. I think Woj is overrated too. But I think any one win national team is overrated. I'm not a fan of it. I'll entertain the conversation because I'm a man of the people and that's what the people want. So I'll put you at the bottom. I'll
Hey,
put you at the bottom.
let me
Right?
address this real quick. All right. So hey, Pops. He says you and the Oakland Dynamite. See, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all get what I'm doing or what I've been doing. I give a voice to those who gonna be slighted. 10 out of 10 times who will be slighted. So basically, what I do is I give people a voice so people can check them out. Like the thing is, when I tell y'all a person is a good team, like say for instance, right? When I said So Icy will win the preseason. They had Gorilla Mob, Bessemer, RDE. They had all of them people, right? Guess what? Even though Coach Cal talked all the mess in the world, they would sleep on him. They would sleep on the fact that So Icy, and they didn't give him not even 1% chance to win. And I know what I see. So when I speak, bro, I speak because I want to give people their just due. And I say, that a team is okay or good, man, just so people can play them and see. You may not like them. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do know, I don't know how the hell the Oakland Dynamite went from number 8 back to 14. And nobody else is playing. So the rules and the exception, I guess, only apply to some teams. if you won the national, then you're number one despite who you decide to play. Because everybody in a mama, there's not matter of fact, let I got y'all gotta see me.
Please go ahead so I can comment on this as well.
1 second.
Because I think it's been proven that we
Hey,
don't bunch
look,
of OG Ducks as good as we
there
all
is
thought.
not one 9U team. And you could arguably say there's not one team. You can put in Georgia Eagles, you can put in the Billionaire Boys, you can put in who else? Who else been outside? You got a lot of teams that been outside,
Mm,
right? You can put all them, and we can say
LSU.
that So Icy has played more, has a better resume than all of them. We can literally say that. So to have them at number 3 because Bessemer end up beating them early in the preseason. So when we
And
talk
they
about
lost to Twin City.
preseason,
And they lost to Twin City.
they lost to Twin City. All right, cool. But Twin City lost 3 in a row and they stayed at number 6.
It's craziness. They're literally in the rankings because of So Icy. Twin
And
Cities is holding on to a ranking spot, a high ranking spot, because of the So Icy boys.
and while Homer, shout out to them, been outside, have
Come on,
another good,
bruh.
they have a good resume
Come
as
on,
well.
bruh. What we doing, y'all? The Jack boys really ain't in the rankings, and they been outside.
Bruh, I don't know, bruh. I only thing I know is this, man.
The Georgia Falcons
Give
can't
us
buy
a
a
call.
game with the damn
That's
Twin
it.
City Outlaws.
Give us a call, man. We correct all this. We'll fix it. He said,
Like,
I
come
think
on,
so.
brothers. The Georgia, you know it's a travesty when I got to sit on here and defend the damn Georgia Falcons. It's a travesty that I got to defend the Georgia Falcons. I seen the Georgia Falcons ask Twin City for multiple months. When we gonna redo our game? Remember, y'all, the game got canceled because of the tropical storm. And I think it was the first tropical storm in August. I don't want to stand corrected on that. Could have been the 2nd of September. But the Georgia Falcons can't, and they're a ranked team in multiple rankings.
Mm-hmm.
They're a ranked top 15 team in multiple rankings. They can't buy a game with Twin City. I'm talking about buy a game with Twin. And I think the Georgia Falcons said they'll go to them.
Yeah, they said they stopped it because they anticipated a thunderstorm.
But I seen on the internet the other day that Twin City said they got their eyes set on bigger fish. How? You've lost every game afterwards.
Man, I don't know.
You would think that you'll say, you know what? Let me knock off this team, man. We got to get my team confidence back on. We got to get our blood flowing. We got to win. We got to win some good, high quality level football games, right? Instead, y'all trying to downplay the Georgia Falcons when we all know the Georgia. Don't let what So Icy did to the Georgia Falcons confuse y'all. Just don't do it. You'll embarrass yourself. You'll embarrass yourself. Y'all ain't the So Icy boys. I am shocked that I have to sit here and defend the damn Georgia Falcons. Y'all don't know how frustrated that makes me that I got to do it. But for the Georgia Falcons to not have gotten a game with Twin City by now, I'm at the point, take their ass out the rankings, take their butt out the rankings altogether. Take them out. Until Twin City plays the Georgia Falcons, take them out the rankings. Because you ducking. I don't care what you say about we this and they that. Bro, y'all all ranked. Play the game. Why you don't want to play the game? Why? What they're trying to do is play teams that's ranked higher than them. So if they lose, it don't look bad.
Bro, that's everybody. That's damn near the majority, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on, bro.
That's damn near the majority. He said AME versus Havoc for the A spot in the works. And that's the thing, man. Like, and that's where, see, here's where, like I say, See, these type of games, man, they need to create a way that these type of games can happen. Because if you throw, somebody like Dynamite in that mix as well, then like shit, you can check and see. You could put them in the mix and see if they will actually, be a good fit to be able to compete for that eight to seven spot. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that I would say is that one thing can't apply for one team and then not apply for the other. That's the only thing that that I see is like, hold on, bro. I understand that the OG Ducks, they play versus some good team, but damn, they don't have a better record than the Oakland Dynamites. But then we say that, oh, we did that because they've been outside, they've been playing. Well, shit, by definition, that means So Icy is for sure, hand down, no argument, no
No
debate,
argument.
number one. Even what you call them can't even argue that. Even RDE can't argue that, because who has a better resume?
Nobody. Especially a better resume at this late in the game. So Icy's not saying, oh, we getting ready for state. Oh, you know, we getting ready for playoffs. So Icy getting ready for playoffs too. So Icy getting ready for state tournaments too. Right? That doesn't mean that games get to stop happening because you're getting ready for something. Hell, you can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. Y'all can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same damn time.
He said, I'm saying,
Until Twin City plays the Georgia Falcons, they should be out of the ranking. It's a travesty. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't move past it. It's a travesty that a game was canceled and not rescheduled. I don't care whose fault it is. If the Georgia Falcons want to play, Twin City shouldn't be allowed to come up with excuses of why the game won't get played. And if they win, they win. They're the better team. But until the game is played, we got a team ranked number 6 after one dang on national win. They have one national win, one, but
hey,
they
I
have
told you though,
multiple.
I seen this from a mile away. That's why I told you. I don't care who make it, you know what I'm saying, there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at resumes. You know what I'm saying? I already was on it because I seen it. Uh and then like they say, what the Dynamites did was in preseason, right? It was
Cowboys.
a while ago. So when we talk about preseason,
Ooh,
when we talk about preseason, shit, Bessemer beat So Icy in preseason.
man, cool. That's what's up. Too many games have been played, so Icy Boys got the best resume. It shouldn't even be a thought process that they number one team in the country. The game shouldn't have to happen for them to be the number one team in the country. It should just be common sense, y'all. 1+1 = 2, right? They keep knocking off teams and winning games. They're the number one team in the country. They don't have to knock off Bessemer to be the number one team in the country. If the if Rare Breed played nobody, if they only ever won the preseason tournament and played nobody else, right? But then Boynton Beach went all around, beating up on all these national ranked teams. They didn't went to this, and that. I would argue that Boynton Beach is the number one team in the country. They don't have to be Rare Breed to get it. I'm not going off what you've done in the past. I could care less. This is a new season. I don't care about, yeah, you know, they've won their this many championships and cool. Like, I'm a fan. I'm number one. Big Bessemer. I'm gonna make sure I have on my purple that look like an Omega, right? Cool. But I got to go with what's right. And though I feel like they're going to win at YNC, no matter what, hell, they could be number 18. I still think they're just the best team out there. But they're not the number one team in the country.
Hey, Brandon, for that reason, I don't think the game gonna happen.
That's why the game will never happen. That's why you should give it to the team that deserves it. Because the game will never happen anyway.
It won't happen.
I
It's
got
it.
another one, man. I got somebody else that needs to come to the front of the congregation.
All right, go ahead. Who you calling in front?
8U. 8U. It's time. 7U, you've been dismissed. Y'all have been prayed for. 7U, I have laid the holy oil across y'all heads. I believe that 7U, y'all understand what God has bestowed upon y'all. But 8U, you are still sinners. Get to the front of the congregation. 8U, get to the front of the congregation. You are still sinning before the Lord.
Y'all take it too long. Come on. Come to
Come
the
on,
front.
8U. The number one team in the country is the Adamsville Tigers. We all know that. There's no argument.
No arguments.
The number two team in the country is the ATL Elite ATM Boys. It's no argument.
Well, it kind of is. Rare
It's no
breed.
argument.
Well, I
Adamsville,
think Rare breed beat them already.
you got two national. They have the best win-loss record. The ATM Boys. They have the best win-loss record when it comes
Outside
to
of Billionaire Boy.
outside of Billionaire.
They
Billionaire
lost.
Boys don't have no losses.
Yeah, they have a loss.
ATL Elite has the best win-loss record. So you got Rare Breed beating them, and that's about it. They have the best win-loss record. But at number 3, I got Rare Breed. They beat 3 national teams, and one of them being the number 2 team in the country. They have a bad loss versus Woj and Pompano. But they have 3 national wins under their belt, and 3 of them is GEA, Peters Park, and ATL Elite. Those are all 3 national wins.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good national record. Next, I got Fort Lauderdale. They got 2 national wins against 2 teams from their own state. I kind of have a problem with that. And they got 2 losses. But nonetheless, at least they got some. 8
Have they
used the hard.
traveled though? Have they traveled?
Ain't traveled. They ain't went past the equivalent of Quick Trip. If you in Georgia, you know there's
Hey,
a Quick Trip
why
on
you
every
got them there then?
strip.
Why you got them there then?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when it comes to 8U ball, it's the most underplayed ball. It's the most underplayed ball. The 8U teams outside of the top 3 refuse to play any football. It's one of them things where we're starting to play fork pop or something. Whoever can win fork pop, that's who can damn come to YNC at this point. Let's just take coins. We're just going to take some coins, throw them in the damn air, and whoever with heads or tails, okay, you the number 14. Heads or tails, okay, you the number 5 team. We're just gonna have to start doing that because they don't play no ball on 8U.
Hey,
So I don't
I'm gonna
have
be
no
honest
choice
with
but to
you.
rank Fort Lauderdale right there because out
Nah,
of all
I would put Peters Park over them. Peter Park has traveled.
Peters
And
Park, they
yeah, go ahead though.
they've beat 4-4 in Tarrant City, but they lost. Okay, but they lost to Rare Breed. But Lauderdale's 2 wins are better than Peters Park's 2 wins. You got another team that's only got 2 wins, 2 national wins, right? But you got a Lauderdale team that has their national wins are better than Peters Park's national wins, but Peters Park has traveled.
Yeah, so by default, they should be ahead of Fort Lauderdale.
You can't because Fort Lauderdale has better wins. I can't put you above somebody. Yeah, you traveled, but that team has beat better teams. But you're still in the rankings. But I can't say, yeah, I'm gonna put you above them because you traveled, but you didn't win. You didn't win the game when you traveled. You still gonna be high on my rankings, but I'm gonna have that team above. That's why I got Fort Lauderdale.
All
That's why.
right, what's the
It
next?
starts to get hard because these teams could play a lot more. The next couple teams could play a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually got Pompano next. And Pompano is not even I think Pompano is like number 10 or 11 in Generation Next, which I don't understand how a team that beat Rare Breed and Fort Lauderdale, well, I do understand they have some bad losses, but they beat Rare Breed and Fort Lauderdale. You have to put Pompano on the list. I don't care what the losses you have, right? I do care, but you have some quality wins. You beat Rare Breed and Lauderdale, and I think they beat Florida City. How do we not have Pompano ranked in the top 8? Right? How do we not have Peters Park ranked where they should be ranked? They beat 4-4 in Tarrant City. They only
Hold
lost
on,
to
wait. They not in it?
Peters Park is. Peters
Okay.
Park is, but Pompano is like Pompano should be high on the list. Pompano has quality wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting to not see somebody has to get in here from 8U and tell me why Pompano don't make sense. I don't believe nobody can. I don't believe there's an AU coach that can make an argument why Pompano shouldn't be and it's y'all don't understand. I'm in here arguing about Pompano. I'm in here arguing about Pompano, Florida teams, man. I'm disgusted with myself. I'm upset. I gotta argue about Pompano. I'm in here arguing about Pompano. Y'all think this is what I want to do? Pompano? Pompano.
Man.
Pompano gotta be in the rankings, y'all. They gotta be top 8. They gotta be. Peters Park. They gotta be. Florida City. They beat Pompano. That's it. That's it. Florida City so high on the list. Hell, for a minute I thought they went and played Boynton Beach.
Mm.
RDU. The disrespect.
They
The
ain't getting that jet too?
disrespect. I get it, y'all. I get it. RDU hasn't won enough games in their opinion. RDU has played 4 national games. They beat Space City. Space City and TNT are playing nobody and no national games. They got Space City and TNT on there. Space City and TNT is on the 8U list. Somebody gonna have to tell me who they played. Because RDU beat Space City. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The Duval Jags hasn't even played outside of their league. The only thing the Duval Jags has done is beat the West Orlando Jags twice.
Hey, I want to ask the people though. What do how good do y'all feel about the rankings and the brackets and stuff like that? How do
With
y'all
this
feel?
answer, the
Because like
Duval
I mean, we
Jags,
could be saying this, but they might actually be,
if
okay with
they
it.
think that the 8U on the 8U level, the Duval Jags deserve to be ranked, I, I don't know what to say.
Nah, they ain't in Pensacola.
The Duval Jags, they haven't
Mario, it's
even
good.
played outside of their league. We are talking essentially about a wreck team, at least when it comes to the North Henry Tigers on 7U. They played outside of the league. I don't believe the Woj has. I don't believe that Duval Jags has played outside of their league outside of being Woj twice. And the West Orlando Jags on the 8U level. The West Orlando Jags. I see why y'all are some Jaguars. All y'all do is run. It's a shame to have Woj ranked on 8U. It's a shame to have Woj ranked on 8U. It's the unmitigated gall. Woj has done nothing on 8U to deserve to be ranked. Nothing.
Yeah,
It
man.
just looks like they just throwing. I'm telling you, we just picking out of a hat. This might be the worst 8U ranking list I've ever seen. My dogs, y'all not tapping in with the people. See, come talk to Fanatic. I'm a man of the people in 2024. I'm a man of the people in 2024. My dog Butch said you can't even count a 8U win from Woj on your resume. If that's the case, Duval, they shouldn't even sniff the rankings.
Hey, Mario says he says that they rigged. They rigged up, fam. Jatree says 9U some BS. Uh AME struggle with OG and Havoc. And whoop them folks. So Brandon not happy. Uh we know the 7U's tough.
They ain't
8U
respecting it
and
though.
9U messed
Pops.
up.
They ain't respecting that 7U Georgia, man. Like on your so low, man. It's disrespectful. You can't count a Woj win on your. I agree. That 8U Woj is just, it's a trap. What it looks like is, and I hate to throw this out there, but it wouldn't be me if I did. I'm going to choose teams that I know are coming to the YNC. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like I'm not even trying to be funny with y'all. I'm okay with that thought process. But just put it out there that that's what you're doing, right? Just say like, hey, these are for teams that are attending YNC. AYF does it. There's multiple leagues. UYFL does it. There's multiple leagues. D1 Nation makes it clear. If you don't play in D1 Nation stuff, you're not getting into our rankings. Here in Georgia, we got Warzone. They make it clear. EYSN, they make it clear. You can't get ranked if you don't play in our stuff. If you're not interested in coming to our stuff,
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. It's called business. It's called brand. All of that. I ain't tripping. What I'm tripping about is when you say we're gonna rank the best teams, but you ain't ranking the best teams. You ranking the teams that you have always ranked and called them the best. What's the point of my boys putting in work to get on of rankings that really matter to them if they're never going to get there because they're going to be cheated? Why should the Georgia Falcons continue to bust their tail to push forward? I can't believe I'm sitting out here defending the Georgia Falcons. Why should the Georgia Falcons continue to push forward, bust their tail, and after everything they've gone through as far as coaches and teams and losing players, if the Twin City Outlaws, who has not won a quality game since a game that nobody seen happening with So Icy Boys 2 months ago, can win? I don't get it, bro.
I don't, man. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Like I struggled, and the only team I really talked about was, was the Oakland Dynamites. But let's go to this 10U one real quick so you can look at it. This was the 10U. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Ooh, on my 10U list. Before we even get, I want to ask y'all,
Uh, oh,
who
go
has
ahead.
Lauderdale played? Somebody just explain. Lauderdale. I refuse to put Lauderdale on my list until I know what top game or team they've beaten. And what's crazy is they got the means to travel. I seen Lauderdale on the 10U list. I can't figure out who they've beaten. Help me. Help me, please. Who
uh,
has Lauderdale played and beaten to get on? It's no hate. You see, what I want y'all to understand is, dog, the reason that it has to be this way is because you discredit the kids and the coaches that put in the work and do things the right way. When we allow a 10U Lauderdale team to just be put on there, but they haven't beaten or played anybody, well, then hell, I might as well just play again one game, sit out all year, and now I'm cool. But I was told that that's not allowed.
nah, that's dependent on who you are. Because like I said, the Dynamite just got put back at the 14 because they
That's
felt
what
like
was
they
wrong.
wasn't out like that. But you got somebody like Bessemer, who's, you know what I'm saying? They still number one. So it depend
The,
on,
the,
it seems like it depend on who the person is. What's up, bro? You
Also, we
froze,
have
huh?
to remember Bessemer has a little, maybe one or two more quality wins than somebody like the Oakland Dynamites. The Oakland Dynamites literally have one national win. Hare's not a national win. It's a good team. It's a good travel team. Shout out to them as a travel team. But that's not a national win. So the problem comes in when you try to correct your mistakes. It's hard because you can't make the mistakes in the first place, right? You can't make the mistake in the first place. And that's just how I really feel. But the truth of the matter is, they should have never had Oakland Dynamites ranked as high in the first place. And once you realize you make that mistake, you try to correct it. And now you got the national sports chats of the world asking what's going on. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Hell, they made a mistake. They realized they was wrong. They listened to Fanatic and they said, bro, this he right. They ain't
Hey,
doing nothing enough to be ranked in
okay.
no top
All
eight,
right.
and they fixed
So
it.
so if like, and like I said, we live off that criteria. And if they living off that criteria, we need to put bro. They need to only do a six bracket, cause damn near everybody been ducking, bro. Nobody wants to play. That's why I said, specifically stated, this is the worst year that I've ever experienced in youth football. It ain't no selective few with me. It
Twin
ain't no
City,
politics. It ain't no nothing with
9U.
me. It ain't no nothing with me. Basically, what I said was, I said, okay, we got this organization right here, undefeated. They can compete. I tried to get the game with AME. Coach James act like he was the richest guy, next to Bill Gates. So we like, hey, we got this team right here. Why don't you go play them? They good, they undefeated, right? He calling the other coach broke and all this other stuff. But then, even when they needed to win, Oakland Dynamite was the number 8 spot. He still didn't want to go play that game. And coach told him that he willing to play the game. So yes, bro, like you can't punish somebody, bro. That's actually willing to play the game, but then people they not willing to help compensate or lighten their load. And then people talking about the same people. Oh man, y'all need to come travel, man. Y'all making the excuse. Y'all making the excuse. But then when it's time to go out there, guess what they saying? Nah, man, shit costs too much. Okay, they got the same problem. So I don't get it. What are we talking about? The problem is I'm unwilling to be selective with anybody. That's the biggest issue. I'm not selective when it comes to the youth football. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I speak up for people that I know who won't get they just due. If I don't, and that's just the reality of things. You know what I'm saying? But here's his other thing, right? Which he got Voodoo number 1 versus Sawboys. He has uh SED, right, at the number 2 spot versus MCU. Then this is the 10U. Then he got Mac Dolphins that will play Woj. And then they have the Bessemer Tigers that will play versus the North Clayton Eagles, right? Walk them down game. Now, I would say this. To have walk them down game at 8, man, that's a crime within itself. That team is for sure a top 5 team. Walk them down 10U is I don't think nobody in here will disagree at the fact that Walk them down is literally a top 5 team. I don't think nobody would disagree with me on that, because they are. You know what I'm saying? They like I don't put them above the Mac Dolphins, but I will say this. I will say this. Walk them down game outside of the Mac Dolphins, I think they have the most complete offense. Oh, outside of Voodoo. And outside of Voodoo and Mac Dolphins, not SCD. Walk them down gang has the best offense, in my personal opinion, right? That can mix it up. They can pass the ball. They can run the ball, right? They equally good at both. It's just that Coach Ricky, he can get in his silly bag, as I will call it, and start calling some crazy plays. Now, if he's on and he's in his bag, man, they got one of the best offense out there. You know what I'm saying? They one of the best teams. They're legit. So I wouldn't dare put them at no number 8. And not only that, we not seen their schedule? This is a team that's been willing to play everybody. So are we punishing them by putting them at number 8? And I forget exactly what teams are ahead of them. Tonight I was going off all my memory. But let me see, man, if I even have it in the phone. But like I'm looking and I'm like, how do we Fanatic back on.
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
about
yeah. So I'm looking and I'm asking a question: how do we put, 7 other teams before walk them down game? That is the most
Oh my
misunderstood
God, that was
thing.
disrespectful.
I said, what? Hold on. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So therefore, if it was the start, then you would have them play versus Voodoo. And I think they worked too hard in the season for them to have to play the number one seed. They have done much better than that. So no, I wouldn't have done that to them. You know what I'm saying? I would have put them in either the top 5 or the highest 6, but no higher than that. I'm not putting them in no A spot, bro. I'm not gonna do that. They for sure. And like I say, I don't think nobody in here would disagree that they're literally a top 5 team.
That was disrespectful, man. That was disrespectful for them to do that. Nobody has anybody told us who the hell Lauderdale Lakes has played on the 10U level. Who has Lauderdale Lakes played and won? Overall, I agree with you, PA Trenches. Overall, they're not bad. There are certain eight, like 9U outside of, So Icy Boys, we could argue some team, not that bad. 7U, Lithonia Lions, just being out of position, not that bad. It's the fact that the problem is the mistakes that they have are egregious. They're just point blank disrespectful, bro. That's what the problem is with the rankings, is that it's just like, how would you even think that this was okay? That's the problem with the rankings. It's just the fact that it was thought of that this was cool, this was fine. It wasn't no issues. Again, I agree. You talking to Fanatic. I do Fanatics rankings, and I tell y'all all the time that y'all are extremely difficult people, man. And one thing I try to always do is whenever I do my rankings, I try to make sure that 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 can't be argued. If y'all argue with me, it's typically about 7 and 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Because once you start to get to 6, 7, 8, it gets very difficult to, kind of determine some things, because those teams typically play and lose to the same folks. But the disrespect comes in when you get 1 through 5 wrong sometimes. The only thing they can get right now seems number 1. But when you're getting 1 through 5 wrong, it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's starting to feel like the effort isn't there anymore. Because when you can start going through saying this team should be number 2, this team should be number 2, 3, and 4. It's like, nah, dog. Like, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Now, if you're getting 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 wrong, again, those teams typically play the same folks. I can understand why you get that wrong. But when you're getting 1 through 6 wrong or 2 through 6 wrong, it just feels like, nah, you're just not tapped in. You're just not tapped in. You ain't paying attention. Because if you was paying attention, ain't no way you could get this wrong.
So what is your suggestion? PA says too much emphasis on top 10 teams playing each other during the season devalues the 11 through 20s, and we gotta leave some suspense for nationals. No, I get it. I get it. The suspense usually to me be when Woj had lost, like when we talk about the 100K boys. Woj literally lost like three or 4 games. Came to the Nationals. Nobody had Woj winning it. Came to the Nationals. Beat Maryland Heat. Beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers. Beat TMT, right? And that kept the suspense there because they peaked at the most, pivotal moment. You know what I'm saying? It's not a situation because um, even though what's Voodoo, they beat Woj already,
Right.
right? They beat Woj already. But we know that that's really the main team that can give them, a run and a scare, right? Because the offense, they got a good offense. But the thing about it is, what I'm saying? The suspense is okay. They score like 28 points versus Voodoo. Nobody is really doing that. So now when they play again and then they go to the drawing board, because from last year, I feel like they did a good job as well. They just can't make those final stops in order to try to win the game. So I'm very interested in watching that game again. So it don't take away the suspense. You know what I'm saying? That's just like saying, man, the people that played for So Icy played against the real deal Dream Chaser. It took away the suspense. No, it didn't. You wanted to see them play again.
Right.
You want to see that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's still some suspense there with the real deal Eagles. They got a new quarterback. They got a few other pieces added to that team. You think when they play, or if they play So Icy again, you don't think that people are going to be clamoring for that game? Yes, they are. They definitely want to see that game. So the suspense is there. The games just have to be played. That's just like it don't matter where you go to, right? You still got to play the top teams. Just like Georgia, I remember, I think they end up beating Alabama one time. Alabama made it to the playoffs, beat Georgia, right? So just because you beat them the first time doesn't mean that
You can beat them
there won't be
again.
no suspense or that team don't have a chance at winning.
Bro, it's just like how the Georgia Falcons want to play the Twin City Outlaws, and they're saying no because y'all too small of a fish. How they a small fish and y'all already had them on the schedule? I'm confused. See, but now it's getting closer to YNC. You see, it's getting close. And you like, no, no, I don't want to risk it. Just keep it a stack. Just be real. That's all I want from everybody is to be real. Say, man, I'm gonna be real, man. It's too close to nationals. I don't even want to risk losing.
Right. Yeah, I respect the honesty,
I
but
respect that.
he
But don't
says
try to make it seem like, man, I play anybody that's I want to play number 1 through 5. Yeah, of course. So that way if you lose, it's cool.
Butch says you got to remember, parents don't want their kids to miss school. Not if you plan on a Saturday. And then not just that. You see how many people just went to North Carolina? Nobody missed school. They went out there, came back, you know what I'm saying? So
Those
it
two.
depends. It depends. Y'all, everywhere that y'all traveling is driving distance. You know what I'm saying? He said
Go school.
he says Mac going AYF. I would love to see Mac go to YNC.
Not wrong with that. Not wrong going that it's gonna be some comp in AYF, y'all.
He said they dropped SED for losing to an older team, but raised Woj, and they haven't played a national game since August. Make that make sense, and that's the thing that I
It's
was
a
saying too.
travesty.
You remember, earlier in the season, right? The 404 Bulls played versus SED, right?
Right.
Remember, they stayed in the rankings. They didn't lose no spot. And they said that, they play the older team, so it really don't count or whatever. But then if that's the case, then SED supposed to still be they're supposed to still be number 2.
I don't get the logic, man. The logic ain't logicking. The logic ain't logicking.
Man, he says, yeah, the North Clayton is a real complete team. So it's gonna be good, but I think it'll be a disservice. And here's the other thing too. Here's why I'm really talking. because once I go out there to battle, man, I done seen these games already. I want to see some new games. We already seen the North Clayton Eagles play versus, the Voodoo. We seen that, right? It was a tough game. Voodoo pulled out at the last minute. We seen that. North Clayton Eagles versus, some other teams, I think will be an exciting moment. And then them possibly actually playing a Voodoo, what I'm saying, the playoff, man, that's interesting to me because they got better and they got better and they got better. Then not only that, let's see what type of adjustments that Mac make if they there, right? What type of adjustment can they make? They lost to Voodoo 46 to 19. So now let's see. Okay, they lost to them. Let's see how well the coach can, dial up the plays now, playing versus them, knowing what they bring to the table now. So these are the type of things that people, look for. Instead of controlling the outcome, I think people need to let things happen organically. It feels like, we're okay, we giving a lot of favors right now. That's what it feels like to me.
Lord Jesus, that sound like you fanatic over there, man.
Just do it
You
funny.
are finally starting to listen. It feels like we just giving out favors. You're finally starting to listen, and it sounds amazing. The gospel has finally got to you. I feel the same way, y'all. We just giving
Man.
out anything, bro. Like the work that used to be done, the work that to say that you're a this team and you're a that team, it used to mean something. But now it's just like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm a
and this part right here is crazy. Cause Lauderdale higher than them right now, right?
I think Lauderdale is higher than them, and I don't even know why Lauderdale is in the rankings. I don't even
Hey,
know why Lauderdale is in the
hold on.
rankings.
Let's see. Let's see Fanatics, man. Let's see yours real quick.
They shouldn't even be there. Come on, man.
All right, go
Come
ahead.
on, man.
Go ahead,
Come
cook me.
on, man. You got come on. Voodoo versus Saw Boys. Mac Dolphins versus Woj. Which never mind. SED Wolverines versus MCU and Bessemer versus North Clayton. Bessemer versus North Clayton. So as y'all can see, I got Voodoo at 1. I got SED at 2. I got Bessemer at 3. I got Mac at 4. We know they're not going, but we're just putting them in there. I got Mac at 4. I got Woj at 5. I have North Clayton at 6. I have MCU at 7. I got Sawboys at 8. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Tell me where I'm going, y'all. Tell me where I'm going with it. Come on, man. I just feel like you can't beat that. What you thinking over there, dog? Tell me what you thinking about that joint. Look at it again. We got Voodoo. Voodoo. I'm about to be back on to the regular, y'all. Give me 1 second. I need to know. I can't. Come on, Ken. The suspense is killing me. Is that me or is that you?
All right, so yeah, bro. I'll say this, man. I think for the most part, man, I would be even more intrigued putting Georgia Rattlers before them, or put 404 back before Saw Boys. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, bro. That's just me, man. But what is another team that you feel like you can supplement, for the Saw Boys?
Hell, y'all want whoever y'all want. Yeah,
What team, bro?
mm, I don't get caught up over number 8. So, hell, Bugatti, that's fine. We could put Bugatti out there.
Bugatti back in there?
I, that's fine. I don't get caught over. I don't get caught up over number 8. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't get caught up over number 8 because once you get to 6 through 8, it gets very difficult sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You get 6 through 8, it get a little difficult. So I don't mind saying, hey, you know what, man? I don't know who I'm gonna put right now when you get to that 6 through 8.
Yeah, bro. So overall, man, I think you did a cool job, man. I just think,
Cool.
you got yeah, I think you did a cool job, bro.
A plus.
I just think honestly though, but one thing that I can say is that you actually watch what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So
It's not an A.
that's really the only thing I can say, bro. I'm not gonna get it like an A plus because I can't remember the teams. He says they need to start dropping folks for inactivity. I've been saying that, Jay Walker.
A
I've been
minus.
saying that. He said,
Brandon Jones mid. That's not an A minus to you bracket. That's an A minus
yeah,
bracket, y'all.
yeah, bro. Hey, Byron says, forget Cam. And it's nah, man. You gotta respect any man that's out here trying to do it for the kids. At least he say.
Exactly.
And like I told Alex, I told him that if what he says, if his action matches what he says,
Right.
then I'm all for it. I'm all for whatever it is that that he's up for. So I wouldn't say that. He says the AYF 10U bracket look good
That's why I told y'all
too
it's nasty.
with Mac, PME, DMVU. Uh, he got North Philly, Blackhawks, Legacy, Space City. Man, that do sound like a good
That's
one.
a loaded bracket. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
even
a
more
good one.
teams out there that could play in C1N. There's football to be played.
Yeah,
It don't have to
that's a
all
good
be at
bracket
one
right
place.
there. He says Woe set on their rankings all year. They are a perfect example on how the duck can still be number two. That's the part, and
On
that's
my
the
list.
part what I'm saying, bruh. When we selective on who we decide to move up, then it becomes a problem. Then people stop, paying attention. They don't take it as serious. He said
Number
it's cool
5 on
sitting on
my
the
list.
rankings is what I'm coming up with. I'm gonna use this one day. And that's the thing, man. Like to do that, it's just only gonna keep hurting youth football. He says Max should have a great chance to win AYF. Now they
That's a lot
definitely
of
have a great chance. Falcons will be at Twin Cities, my opinion.
I need to see the game. I want to
Something wrong with that boy stuff. He said SED never played 404 Bulls. I mean, they played some cool games though. SED. He says Falcons will beat Twin City, in my opinion. He says, how you feel about YNC doing a in-season tournament next year in a different state? Uh, he says, and make mandatory for teams in a region to go. Now, I don't know how they're gonna make it mandatory, for teams to go. But I can say this. Um, I think they need to make it not preseason. They need to make this later on. Like they need to make it like probably mid-season once the regular season start, because really just like having teams ranked in the preseason, I think is kind of counterproductive. But then again, I see that teams, all right, because here's the thing. When they started looking at the rankings, that's when it instantly stopped. The games instantly stopped being played. When they were looking at the rankings, I mean, before they started looking at the rankings, games were being played. Games were being played. The minute they came out with those rankings, people just started sitting. They don't want to play. They don't want to travel. They don't want to do nothing. So I'll say, yeah, you can have a preseason, but don't bring out no rankings until y'all have y'all next. See, I had y'all next valuation. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that they come back out there to play another event. Our battle can come to, a place where it's a common ground, where it's the easiest, place to go. Like wherever there's like, okay, a 2 hour, I mean a 4 hour or less type of drive, that's where I think they should help or host the location. That's what they should do. You know what I'm saying? To make it a little easier for everybody else to play. He says, facts, how is Lauderdale ranked? He says, didn't Lauderdale try to cheat at YNC? I think that was the Bugatti, if I'm not mistaken. That was the Bugatti. It might have been Lauderdale. It might have been no, but I thought it was Bugatti. MCU hasn't played nobody either. Now, the coaches told me, man, he said, look, when people think MCU, they think 11U. Okay, so are you talking about 11U or 10U? Because they just played some good games versus Beast End, and they played against Woj. He said swap MCU for Bugatti. He says, yeah, take off MCU and add anybody. Would be nice, would be a nice bracket. So okay. So that's why you giving him a ding on there, saying that they don't feeling MCU. That I'll take Lauderdale 8U over Woj 10. Hey, Bush don't like Woj. Butch do not like Woj. Hey, Butch, if I need an unbiased opinion about Woj, I cannot come to you. I cannot, sir. I would not be able to come to you because you showed that you just don't rock with Woj, bro. You said MCU drops off. But then, everybody is feeling MCU don't belong on there. It's 3 teams on that list I don't believe will show up to Y and C. Hey, what's those, Byron? He said Saw Boys would do anything not to get Voodoo out they hate. Mac saw Boys and MCU. Now Mac definitely deserved to be there. He says, well, Mac been playing games. He says, well, SCD on the same side. And we say same side, we need to see that game. So you put Bugatti in there, says don't sleep on Bugatti. No, I ain't sleep on Bugatti. I ain't sleep on them. Brick City take away the 5-1s, and that's what I was saying. Would they let them even be there if they take away their 5-1s? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing that we have to ask. That's the question we have to ask. He says, well, I ain't all for it. I ain't all for it. It is what it is. Brandon, the matchup just not it. SED and Woj should be on the same side, and I feel bad for whoever on the Voodoo side, even though they always have close first rounds. And I got LA Mike, from Voodoo number 10 coming on Friday. So make sure y'all tap in, and his father, former NFL player as well. So I got them coming on Friday. They wanted to come and make an appearance, man, and just give some information, just about the journey and also about some of the stuff they got coming up. He said, "Ain't none of them AYF will be at YNC besides Mac, in my opinion." He says, "Be they YNC team." Said, "I think DMVU will give Mac a run for their money." DMVU definitely. DMVU is a good team. Although they lost to PME, you know what I'm saying? But hey, PME is a good team. Says really anticipating seeing Oakland Dynamites at a nationals, specifically AYF, C1N or YNC. All right, so based on the fact that they would just put back to the 14th spot, they're not definitely not making the YNC, even though uh the president slash coach Chewy has been working very tirelessly trying to, get donations so they can actually, come out here. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? They got the Channel 2 News out there to, to raise the issue and the awareness of what they're trying to do. So yeah, man. I definitely want to see him. Replying to PA, he says, that's a YC team, in my opinion, solid team. And that's the thing, man. Like these household names seem like they getting first priority. So Icy don't get no love from under the radar. I don't know why. I think they get love because my guy Lafayette, man, I be talking to him, quite often, and he say, and he's always at a So Icy game. Whatever chance he get, he says 3 rankings: preseason, midseason, and pre-nationals. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. And they gotta have a criteria. He says, "Have you saw the seal rankings?" Yeah, I kind of like them. I kind of like him, but the way he does it, sometimes it can confuse you. But you got to if you take the time to really look at him, it's actually a solid, it's a solid list, And the thing about Coach Darren is that the thing about Darren is this: Darian really watches a lot of footage, a lot of film. He watched more film than me, and I watch a lot of film. So that's how I know when he's really, putting somebody out there, he really believes that and he actually watched them. I don't think that he put any team that he's not aware of on his list. You know what I'm saying? Like he usually don't do that. So, it is what it is you know. But I guess it's all the question that y'all got, man. Hey, so I should be on tomorrow, probably in the morning as well. But Friday for sure. Friday for sure. I got LA Mike, number 10 from Voodoo coming on here, and along with his father, former NFL player. So make sure y'all come and tap back in. Make sure, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hey man, make sure y'all also share this page with whoever you know what I'm saying. That's how you can also support us. But man, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all the best. Yeah, man. The seal ranking is definitely a A. So that person, that dude does his job. He said his government rankings be more on point than independent. Yeah, because honestly, I I think he just be trying to go against the grain, to be honest. I think when it comes to the independent, I just think he try to go against the grain. He don't really look at the YNC's ranking system, which it'll be just smart to do it whatever they have as they rankings, to put it as that. But I guess he want to do his own due diligence, and just like Fanatic, he want to show that his rankings is somewhat different than everybody else's. So he just want to be fair and discreet with who he put on there. So when y'all see his ranking, y'all know he did his job. He did his due diligence. But yeah, man, thank y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.